in this video. This is the first time that the Bitcoin has done this movement. Stay tuned to know more. Hi guys, and welcome back to another Gabb's cryptocurrency video where we trade by data and not by hype. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out daily technical analysis like this. So let's dive into this video. So ano ba yung sinasabi natin ngayon na this is the first time that the Bitcoin has done this latest price action? So with that being said, I think na maganda tingnan natin yung ating Bitcoin return na matagal na natin pina-follow using the past 10 years of historical data. Kasi, di ba, following this historical data, we were actually able to derive yung average PNL na pwede natin ma-predict in the coming months. And look at this. Basing from this average profit and loss chart, we were actually expecting more of a November green month pa nga, diba, further. Because if you're going to look back in history, during a November bull market year, we always have a green month. So look at this, 2012, green month, 2013, green month, 2016, green month, 2017, green month, and then for the year 2020, November was also green month. And look at this. This is actually the first time that during a bull market year na makakuha tayo ng 10% na PNL. So, yeah, this is somewhat different and this is somewhat worrying, but I think there are two sides of the story. So, ano ba yung bad side nito? Let's start the bad side. So, generally speaking, we don't want to see more red months coming within the year kasi, of course, during a bull market year, we expect that we are going to have more green months than red months. Though we are still having more green months, it's still worrying na we are now actually starting to have this fifth red month for the year. That is the bad thing na masasabi natin dito. But the good thing about this, if we're going to talk about this data, habang tumatagal, mas less yung return natin ngayon dito kay Bitcoin. And this actually makes sense. According to Benjamin Cohen, yung ating Bitcoin price is actually having a lengthening cycle and diminishing return. Ano ba ibig sabihin nun? So, according to Benjamin Cohen, if you're going to look at the historical Bitcoin price data, let's try to plot the first halving of this Bitcoin price. And then lagyan natin siya sa current bull market. And then let's try to get the second halving. So let's get this second halving from the bottom up until the market cycle top. And then you would actually notice na habang tumatagal, yung Bitcoin price, the Bitcoin price is actually having lesser returns habang tumatagal yung ating cycle. So in this case, what would that mean? That would mean na yung mga succeeding cycles natin would actually have a longer time frame, a longer cycle, at the same time, mas less yung return. So in that case, possible na mas matagal ng ating market cycle. So in this case, it's possible na this could be a red month, indicating na this lengthening cycle theory is actually possible. So in that case, we are actually still on track. Kasi look at this. If we are going to follow the lengthening cycle dito kay Bitcoin price, you would actually still notice na we are right now currently trying to have a lengthening cycle by consolidating dito further at the halfway point. So right now, I think we are still looking very good pa din. We are still on track kasi of course, if we're going to follow the lengthening cycle theory, then yeah, that is actually looking good right now for the Bitcoin price. Especially na if you're going to look at the past two historical data, nagkakaroon tayo ng diminishing return and tumatagal yung ating market cycle. So in this case, the 4-year market cycle would more likely be extended, and I think it's going to last up until the early year 2022, around the first quarter or second quarter. So I think siguro pwede tayo makita ng market cycle top around siguro April. And as you can see, hindi malabo na umabot tayo within the 160,000 US dollars, 100K to 160K. But around 400K, that's merely impossible. 300K, I think that's also impossible. But yeah, based from Benjamin Cohen, we are starting to see a lengthening cycle and diminishing return dito kay Bitcoin. So right now, this is the first time that the Bitcoin is going to do this price na magkakaroon ng red month, as well as we are starting to confirm this lengthening cycle theory. Now, that's for the Bitcoin price. Now, let's talk about the short-term price action kasi, yes, we want to give you an update. So, as previously mentioned sa ating previous video, di ba, meron tayong nagpo-form na, ito, meron tayong bullish divergence forming in the 4-hour time frame. However, in order for us to say na this is all going to play out now, we need for this to have a buy volume. So, right now, wala pa tayong buy volume. And yeah, this is for the 4-hour time frame. Na makita mo na we are still pretty much consolidating at this area. I think what must happen right now is the RSI should increase. At the same time, dapat mag-decline pa to lastly. If nag-decline pa to for the last time, then I think that's where we are going to see a pump na for the Bitcoin price action. And yeah, this is for the daily time. So yeah, this is for the 4-hour time frame. Let's look at this in the daily time frame. Kasi look at this. In the daily time frame, we are still following this 100-day moving average in the daily time frame. So as you can see, we're still acting this one as a strong support. So I think we are still at a good buying opportunity. However, ang problem natin is we need to form somewhat of a bullish divergence. Kasi right now, we are not yet forming a bullish divergence in the daily time frame, though meron sa 4-hour time frame. But since that is in the 4-hour time frame, possible na this could only play out for the very short term. But if we're going to look at the daily, kailangan pa natin mag-form talaga ng mas malaking bullish divergence. In that case, that would be the best opportunity for you na if let's say you want to futures trade or leverage trade this, then dun lang yung magandang time para mag-leverage trade niyan. Pero right now, I don't think na magandang time pa ngayon mag-futures trade niyan kasi look at that. That is still declining pa din and there are still no signs of a bullish trend reversal. But yeah, signs are saying that this might be a possible bounce area, especially na we are at that specific area kung saan tayo pwede makuha ng bounce for the Bitcoin price. And going back to our investment chart, you can actually see na we are actually trying to hold the line dito sa ating bull market support band. So right now, despite na nagkaroon tayo ng dip, we are still not in a bear market. Kasi remember, our definition of a bear market is in order for us to say na we are in a bear market, this must be below the 50-week moving average, below 20-week moving average, and below the 21-week EMA. So right now, andun pa tayo sa lahat ng levels yan. So it could actually be somewhat of a possible support area. Possible kasi na mag-consolidate tayo dyan and mag-bounce. And as you can see, that area is actually acting as a strong support in the previous historical Bitcoin data. So ayan no, previous data, support, same goes from 2018. In fact, in 2018, multiple times tayo dyan nakuha ng support at that area. And then during this bull market here, this latest bull market, we are actually holding a strong support at the 50-week moving average. But the 20-week MA is actually, the 21-week EMA is actually our bull market support band, indicating na we are still looking very healthy pa din for the Bitcoin price and indicating na we are still not in a bear market. So right now, if I were you, I would just be buying off the dip. And as you can see, we are still in a clear uptrend dito kay Bitcoin. And as always, the trend is your friend up until the end. It's just that there are times na magkakaroon tayo ng pullback and red months and red weeks. But do know na dips are buying opportunities to re-enter for a compounding profit. So that is for the Bitcoin price. And last but not the least, let's give you a quick update with Ethereum. As you can see, for Ethereum, we were actually holding this $4,000 as a strong support. So I still think na $4,000 is still a good buying area. So right now, $4,000 is actually a good buying area dito kay Ethereum. So you could actually buy it at that in the spot wallet, or you can actually leverage trade dyan. Let's say buy at the support and then pag nag-pump, sell ka na. Buy at the support and then sell. You could actually do that. But right now, ako ginagawa ko dito is nagbabuy the dip lang ako sa spot wallet kay Ethereum kasi of course, this is a good buying opportunity. And also, as you can see, meron tayong strong support dito for the Ethereum price action. And then let's talk about the Bitcoin dominance. As you can see, Bitcoin dominance is actually still trying to decline. But yes, as you can see, Bitcoin is trying to steal the show. Kasi look at that. The dominance is trying to decline. But however, since yun nga, nagkakaroon tayo ng pretty significant moves kay Bitcoin, especially sa support areas, as you can see, Bitcoin is actually performing better against altcoins in the very short term kasi yun nga, nagkakaroon tayo ng green candles. But overall, the trend is still at a downtrend, indicating that we are still somewhat of a altcoin season. But yeah, overall yung general trend is downtrend and we are still getting those green days. And I think it's going to further continue this down to the downside. But ang medyo worrying dito is if this, let's say, decline pa further and then you can see na magkakaroon tayo ng falling channel. Now, this falling channel might be a warning dito na this might possibly end the altcoin season. And bakit ba? Kasi traditionally, itong falling channel, if let's say nag-break to the upside, then our target would more likely be the top of the channel, indicating na we are going to see a Bitcoin season if that happens. Now, if this breaks to the downside, if let's say nag-continue to pababa, then we can actually get the target of this Bitcoin dominance by getting the height of this Bitcoin dominance, and then lagi natin sa possible point of breakout. Then that would indicate na we are going to still see an altcoin season if this breaks to the downside. So right now, I think we are going to consolidate dito further. I think kung ano yung galaw ng Bitcoin, yun din magiging galaw ng altcoins. But it's just that na since we are still in a downtrend dito kay Bitcoin dominance, there will be altcoins na mag-perform better against Bitcoin kasi as you can see, the general trend is still in a downtrend. It's just that there are green days pa din dito kay Bitcoin dominance. And guys, if you want to leverage trade Bitcoin with the lowest fees possible, you can actually check Bingbon kasi dito kay Bingbon, mas mura ating Bitcoin trading fees. And if you want to claim bonus dito kay Bingbon, you can actually use my sign-up link na you can find in the description down below. So, yun muna update natin for today, guys. If you find this video useful and informative, please give this video a like. And if you want to see more contents like this, please subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next video and bye-bye for now.